Something's different about this picture. I'm no longer holding the glorious clipboard. Bella?
That means the ladies' fight is up. This is an amateur strawweight bout. Please give a warm welcome to Eden Gray.
Rightio, here we have Eden Gray making her walk to the cage from Gamebred Academy. Mate, I'm going to throw over to Matt Walton here. What do you got to say about this one?
Oh, mate, when I put my name down for a couple of fights, I definitely wanted to jump on this one. I remember Eden's debut fight on the Queen of the Cage show, and she was an absolute savage. It was phenomenal to watch. You know, Eden's the sort of girl that, you know, she'd fit right in on like an Elle magazine front page cover, or like an Australia's Most Wanted poster. She's a beautiful savage. I'm really looking forward to this fight.
Rightio. And one thing I love about Gamebred is they turn up ready to go. They got a stack of fighters on the card, and you see the number of champions across the board here as well. We've got Ryan Dunstan walking them out, Lonnie Filamahala as well. You know, they're just surrounded by absolute killers.
And you'd have to think too, she's training with all of them. So what does she weigh? Something like 36 kilos, training with 85 kilo monsters. But Lonnie's probably about 115 kilo, do you reckon? She's training with some
175, I reckon.
She's training with some big weapons, you know, some big bodies there. So
and also got Jamie Edelman as well, a XFC champion in her own right. There's so many killers across the board, so you know where you are in the pecking order.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, when she heads up to train with Ignite, she's got Elle Sorensen up there as well. She's got Erin Carter. Probably one of the strongest female groups when you talk about that Gamebred Ignite combination there.
It's almost not fair.
But we did a promotion with the Powerball team, and I sparred a little bit with Eden. She put about 15 on my nose.
And her opponent, please welcome Brooke Jenkins.
Yeah, Brooke Boxhead Jenkins coming to us from Underground Gym from Ipswich. What do you know, Benny?
So I've dealt with Brooke in a couple of capacities. I've seen her in grappling competition a bunch of times. Her dad, Greg, owns Underground Gym. I believe she's now training with Tribal MMA as well.
Yeah, a little bit with Tribal, yep.
She has a sensational grappling repertoire. She's only 15 years old. You know, you have to have an absolute savage when your parents have to sign a permission slip for your cage fight.
I was going to ask you boys that question. What were you doing when you were 15?
Not much.
I think I was trying to work out how to get into the bottle,
but you've got a nearly 10-year age gap, and I would not be surprised at all to see Brooke have her hands raised at the end of this fight.
Yeah, wow. Something to celebrate as well. So first time we've actually had the Underground Gym from Ipswich on an XFC show. So phenomenal to see those guys starting to bleed some fighters through.
I see they're getting some quality. Even like Greg's been their coach since they opened, but they're starting to get some other guys in there like Jordan Rolanda coaching their Muay Thai.
Yeah, JJ Tahua there I can see in the corner as well. So Infinity Black Belt.
And she's just getting the final instructions from the referee before she makes her way up into the cage. Jamie Hiko jumping up, making sure everything is okay. I'm excited for this. Matt, I've quoted you before, there's no such thing as a boring girls fight, and they certainly bring it to the table every single time.
Yeah, here's a drinking game for the people at home. Take a shot every time a girl walks forward. Every time it takes...
This is our women's strawweight bout of the evening. It is B-class rules, 3 minute rounds. Introducing in the blue corner, she weighed in at 51.4 kilograms, holding an amateur record of 1 win and no losses, fighting out of Gamebred Academy. Give it up for Eden Gray. And her opponent in the red corner. She weighed in at 52.4 kilograms. Fighting out of Underground MMA. Give it up for Brooke Jenkyn! The referee in charge is Phil Cassidy.
And both girls coming out for their second fight each. Expecting absolute fireworks here. Mr. Cassidy, the referee in the middle. Touch of gloves, and then here we are into it. Just feeling each other out. One's in, so Jenkins is in southpaw, and we've got Eden in orthodox.
How exciting is, oh wow.
Straight into it as expected.
I was about to say, how excited is it the fact that we've got a 15-year-old in there as well, handling it with an adult. Nice movement at the start as well, showing she was a lot older than her years.
I do love that her dad's given Brooke the fight name of Boxhead.
Boxhead.
Only a father could give you that nickname. But great control here by Eden. And also, obviously, that single leg doing a great opportunity in terms of defending that. So Eden has both hands glass here.
Oh,
and
nice
judo throw. Hip toss.
That's what
What
I'm
a
talking about. Brooke has great grappling. She's not ranked in jiu-jitsu, but she's one of those sneaky ones like Mikey Tapau that just has awesome grappling otherwise.
So one thing, obviously we know there's a 9-year age gap, and they're both weighing in at the same amount, but there is that sentiment that there's adult strength. There's something that you grow into as you get older, and that's that adult strength. So we'll see how that plays a factor in the fight.
Yeah, and you can see here that left overhook that Brooke has is really stopping Eden from doing any kind of significant damage. Eden's doing a great job. She was great fighting here, pushing her hips down to really limit the breadth of Brooke.
Yeah, she's obviously in the perfect corner, Eden, here as well, right in front of her game-better than night teammates.
Good. Brooke working the bridge. Eden with a really solid mount here. Just trying to... Oh, really good bridge. That is how you get out of mounts. Nice work.
I was almost going to say Eden's still making it really hard by keeping that leg grapevine in there.
Yeah, Eden is relentless.
Looking like she's going for that guillotine. Eden's doing a great job. She's trying to step over that knee to really nullify it.
Yeah, funny, talking of guillotines, we've got JJ Tahua over there in Brooke's corner. JJ, a long-time training partner of Tyrone Coppage, who's basically the king of guillotines. So
yeah, that YouTube video where he gets the two arms and just squeezes his head with his legs. Oh, amazing.
So yeah, if there's anyone out there that can scream some pointers and tips in terms of guillotines, Brooke looks like she might try and take the back a little bit here.
I was going to say that. She's got one hook. She's trying to get the other hook in or even set in a truck. She's got the hooks in. Really making it difficult.
Yeah, Eden made it really tough for that right hand with the unhooked end.
Ooh, attacking from guard.
Almost throwing up that triangle there. Such quick movement. Actually, after the first exchange, I had to remind myself, that's right, they're so much quicker than everyone else we've seen today. So in that case, Maddie, what do you reckon the Ignite boys are telling Eden in the corner right now?
I think she's got to be confident with that strength that she's got. You know, there were a couple of reversals, but again, just that tenacity. She was able to, yeah, sure enough, there was a little bit of reversal there, but straight back into that game plan, that Ignite game plan that we see all the time, that, yep, take them back down and go to work.
Just keep that head moving forward and just keep pressure on them against the fence.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know what, keep that pressure, and then as soon as the opponent makes a mistake, that's when you start throwing some punches. So, you know, we know that Eden can take a punch herself. Again, we saw that first fight where her face was unrecognisable by the end of it, but still punched through and got the decision. So she's prepared to take one to throw one as well.
Eden's doing a great job clasping her hands. What I do like, though, is that Brooke is reversing it as soon as Eden takes the foot off the pedal. She reverses it straight away. Beautiful hip toss before, so...
I really like the submission attempts, or at least the fakes that Brooke threw up at the end of that round. I'm sure right now Eden Gray is possibly thinking about those as well. You know, the next time she goes to that takedown, you know, is there an armbar coming? Is there some sort of a sneaky submission as a counterattack?
And Eden is certainly respecting the power that Brooke is throwing at her as well. So you can see she's actually quite hesitant.
Ooh, low calf kick.
That's 3 in a row, 3 unanswered.
Was that Brooke changing stances as well? Did she move to a southpaw stance for a little bit there?
Yep. She also started at southpaw, but did switch to orthodox as the round went through.
Beautiful takedown.
And quickly threw that hook over as well, just to try and nullify any kind of movement. So now in half guard. And Eden did say she was looking for some kind of sneaky crucifix knockdown as well. So a TKO from that point, which obviously we've seen Lonnie Filamahala do in his MMA career before too.
Yeah, she's hinted at a couple of times wanting to progress to a full mount position here, but she seemed pretty content sitting in that that kind of half guard there.
It's such a dominant position, especially when the person under you doesn't have an underhook.
I've just been looking at that, and it seems like Brooke might be unaware that she needs to find that outside underhook. But seems to be working back into, making efforts to work back into full guard. Eden just keeps pushing that knee back in and sliding her own knee into her hip.
It's the old Randy Couture position.
Yeah, just sit on that knee and punch him in the head.
That's it.
But I don't think anyone's also told Brooke that punching from the bottom is okay too, because she's just been pounding and pounding away. Eden's doing a great job pushing Brooke's head into the gutter. And what that does is basically compresses her hips and kind of removes your ability to pop your hips up. It makes it quite uncomfortable underneath the bottom.
Oh, she's got that arm trap now. She basically sunk that arm herself. But yeah, retracted it very quickly.
She's using it to try and create a bit of a saddle, but the cage is in her way for using any kind of submission that way. Great job getting... Oh, she's got an armbar.
She's got it!
Armbar.
She's got it!
Oh, my gosh! Get back! What a quick transition.
Brooke Jenkins, up victory!
Look at the emotion on her face. Instantly, phenomenal.
It was like,
that?
As soon as she got her clothes going, it was like, whoop, there it is. Oh my gosh.
That's what I was saying at the beginning when I was like, I've seen her grapple and she has so many tricks. As soon as she had the opportunity, boom, there it was.
How
was so quick.
was that? Look at the smile on Jason Lonergan's face himself.
He's
Absolutely amazing.
He's one of the best dudes. He's going to appreciate it nearly as much as anybody else. No one's hurt, just a beautiful transition into that
Yeah, Eden
armbar.
appreciated it as well.
Yeah.
She got up and acknowledged it straight away herself.
What?
And again, how...
Here we go on the replay. Here we go. Once she got back to that full guard, she
Bang.
locked that arm in place.
And it was the hips. It was throwing Eden to her back right here. This is where she finished it. She gets the arms over. It was to get Eden onto her back. Phenomenal stoppage.
15 getting your first B-class MMA victory. What
And
a
that's-
weapon.
Don't stop a
Yeah, and
fire cord. You
absolutely.
can
And
cheer if you want.
she actually used the cage, which took away any kind of hitchhiker escape or any kind of ability to stack the hips. So
The
really,
winner
really good
of
work.
this fight by armbar in the second round, 2 minutes 25. In the red corner, Brooklyn Jenkyn.
Clay now has to tell the story that she dominated for 98% of that fight.
That one slip-up bomb, it's gone.
That's it. It can happen so quickly.
But looking at both of these ladies, it's just amazing that how much we have in this sport and what the future is like as well. So Eden Gray sitting there at 24, Brooke at 15. Both of them can be proud of their performances there.
Do you think
Brooke
Palmerbet's got a market for
Boxhead
Brooke to make the UFC?
Jenkyn, 15 years old. Submission armbar. You've been to a few jiu-jitsu comps, I believe.
Yeah, I have actually. To be honest, we drilled that this fight week. We drilled armbar from guard that close, so to pull it off for the fight's just unbelievable. Yeah.
Well, it was fireworks from the very get-go. There was a lot of wrestling on both parts, a lot of sweeps, everything you've been training for in this.
Yeah, we knew she was wrestling, so obviously we trained a lot, but she's one strong girl. My face is gonna hurt tomorrow, that's for sure. Just quickly, I'd like to say thank you to my coaches. especially my head coach, who is my dad. And Mum. Yeah. Thanks for buying me the food, Mum, for this weight cut. Appreciate it. But big thank you to my dad, putting in so many hours, taking me to training every day for this fight. So big thank you. Yeah, thank you to JJ for putting in the work as well. Thank you to all my can't even speak, sorry. Thank you to all my training partners, sparring partners. Thank you for beating me up every night. Thanks.
Now, Brooke, your face might hurt tomorrow, but are you ready to go again for our second Queens of the Cage on August 13? I know we've already asked your dad.
Yeah, definitely. Book me in for the next one. Thank you to Eden for taking this fight. It's been really hard trying to find people my age, like 15-year-olds, to fight MMA. So it was a big jump fighting Eden, being an adult. But thank you to her, and happy to go again August.
Well, I think even though you're 15 years old, you definitely have a lot of maturity to you, and you can hold your own in the cage against women. I'm hoping to match you for the next show. Everyone give it up for Brooke!